Welcome to the Summer Forging Games. What you've signed up for is an extravaganza like nothing we've ever had in the Forge before. In each event, the judges will assign ranks, first through fourth place. The Summer Forging Games start here. In event 1, a first place finish is worth 10 points. Second place finish is worth 6 points. A third place finish is worth 3, and a fourth place finish is worth just 1 point. If you don't finish your blades, if you miss the parameters on your blades, or if your blade fails during testing, you will be awarded no points and still move on to the next round, so don't be disheartened. You can still win even with a scratch at the start. We're gonna go ahead and get this started. Your first event on your anvils is a cloth. Go ahead and lift that up. Gentlemen, that is a railroad spike and a piece of 1095 high carbon steel. In the first event of this competition, you will have 3 hours to combine those two steels together to create a blade that is between 8 and 10 inches in length. There will be no additional materials provided to you in this round. At the end of the 3 hours, we'll be testing your blades in a boxing ring turnbuckle chop and a rope slice. Good luck, bladesmiths. Your 3 hours starts now.
One, the 1095 to the railroad spike, I got them the same size.
The main thing is, regardless of what you're building, is that first weld. That weld between the high carbon and the railroad spike.
As long as I've got it clean and hot, I ought to have a clean forge weld. Otherwise, my blade's gonna split in half.
Chad is not hesitating to just beat the hell out of that piece of steel.
I like that.
That's the worst thing you could do to it. And so when that thing doesn't split apart, I know I've got a really good weld.
1 hour has elapsed. You have 2 hours left in this event.
I'm gonna work my pieces separately. My goal is to take the railroad nail, draw that out, get it ready for your handle, and then I'm gonna take my 1095, draw it out to the perimeters, and then to make these buddies best friends. I gotta make sure that I'm giving them a strong knife, a sharp knife, and a usable knife.
I'm trying to get a nice flat billet. I'm gonna cut the railroad spike, make a sand mine out of it.
Once I flatten them out, I'll have 3 pieces of flat steel that I can then forge together. I like sand mine for the aesthetic and for the function. On the aesthetic, after you etch the knife, you see the layers in the knife, and for the function, you have a nice durable blade.
I feel like my welds are set. Now I can really make things happen. Big Blue is a beautiful goddess on the floor. Everybody's in love with her once they get to dance with her. Starting to draw it out, and I realize that I'm about an inch short. Parameters are everything. So what I do is I use my hammer, and I start creating the bevels, and that's gonna give me the steel where I need it.
Well, it looks like Chad, he's gonna do an edge quench, right?
I think so.
Pull it out, everything looks good. Test it with a file, it's good.
This is where all that hard work could go away if you come out with cracked steel or a big bend in the steel. If I blow apart one of these delaminations, at best I might get 1 point, at worst I could get 0. So my success hinges on this moment. The file skates across the surface, my welds look good to me, and now I can move on to the grinder and do the finish work.
Matt just quenched his blade. I don't notice him having any problems right now, so hopefully things are straight.
This event is unlike anything I was expecting. I have one chance to get everything done. I don't want to hand a turd to the judges. I want my knife to stand out. I want those points.
10 minutes!
I'm looking at that clock and I'm thinking, Jesus, I haven't even quenched this thing. I think my forge weld's stuck. If they're good, they're gonna stay. If they're not, the whole world's gonna know. So I'm crossing my fingers on my scales, and it's off to get my blade quenched. Big flame. That wasn't a good heat treat. Got to go back, which I hate doing because you're going to add so much more stress to the blade. But man, I can't turn in a soft blade. No explosion in my face, which is always a plus. Grab the file, it skates, it's off to the grinders.
30 seconds!
I realize I'm not gonna be able to get this thing where I need it. So I just start moving the steel as much as I can, and then I go underneath to hit the slack belt to try to bring myself a nice concave edge that's gonna hold up more to chopping.
5, 4, 3,
done. Bladesmiths, stop what you're doing. Shut down your machines. The time portion of this first event is over.
All right, bladesmiths, welcome to our first test of the Summer Forging Games. The boxing ring, post chop, and rope slice. Gene, you're up first. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. All right, Gene, let's talk about your weapon. The design you have your handle is comfortable, but the one thing is that you have some delaminations that actually stick out. That's a big issue right there. Now, it did not affect me in swinging or cutting, but I can see if you're not careful when you move your hands around, it can be an issue. There are some chips, damage done to your edge while bashing into that, but it did not affect its ability to cut the rope and chop through. Overall, sir, it is a weapon well-constructed, sharp, and strong. Good job.
Thanks, sir.
All right, Chad, your turn, sir. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. Up there. Cool. All right, Chad, let's talk about your blade here. First up, the handle construction. I like the way it feels right here. Now your edge. On the strength test, it did take some chips, and you have a significant roll here where you can actually feel it, but it did not affect its ability to slice through the rope and chop through. Overall, well-constructed and sharp. Good job, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Gary, your turn, sir. Ready?
Yes.
Let's do this. All right, Gary, let's talk about your blade here. Your handle construction. You have some delaminations here. If you look at this corner right here, if you go against it, it actually is quite sharp. Now your edge. You have an obtuse edge, almost like an axe head here, which lent itself to be actually a chopper. It was getting caught into the wood right there when I was smashing into it. There's no rollovers, just glinting. But when I attempted to slice the rope, it actually did lacerate the rope, but not deep enough to cut all the way through. And you can tell by my ability to rub through this, it's not razor sharp, but it is sharp enough to chop through the rope. Overall, it's a strong blade, and it is sharp. All right, Matt, your turn, sir. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. All right, Matt, let's talk about your weapon here. First up, the handle construction. It's smooth, but there seems to be a hot spot there when I grab onto it tightly. Your edge is obtuse. It chopped into the wood, and there was just glinting. No chips, no rolls. It's sharp enough to slice the rope and chop right through it. A strong blade, a sharp blade.
Thank you, sir.
Good job.
All right, bladesmiths, your blades were tested. They've been evaluated. The judges have deliberated, and here are the standings. In fourth place, we've got Gary earning 1 point. In third place, Gene, you earned 3 points. And our first place competitor is Chad. You got 10 points, buddy. Matt, that leaves you with 6. Everybody's done fantastic work.